Hello, everyone out there. Welcome to Grand Park's first accessible yoga class. I'm really excited about this new program, and I'm really excited to show that yoga is truly accessible and available to everyone. So for practice today, you'll need a chair. So a chair preferably without armrests, so something where you can freely expand your arms out. And if you have a blanket, those are the only two things you'll need. And you'll need your open mind and your body. So we're gonna start by making sure the feet are resting down on the floor. So if the feet aren't able to touch the floor here, you could fold up a blanket and rest the feet on top of the blanket. So just drawing the floor up closer to your feet. If you're in a wheelchair, you could just sit in your wheelchair and face the screen this way. And then let's just start by resting our palms down on the thighs. Shoulders are away from the ears. And I'm just gonna say a couple things before we start our physical practice today. So the word yoga means union. So joining together, yoking together. And I just want us to give ourselves permission to join together with our own bodies today. So for whatever reason, especially in the West, there is this image of yoga that I think when we think the word yoga, we see like a very thin, able-bodied person in like a contorted, twisty pretzel pose. And if that's accessible in your body, awesome. But for most of us, that is not accessible, nor is that the only way to do yoga. So yoga, in its very origin, didn't even have anything to do with physical posture. So yoga is a practice of being in relationship to the mind, of having awareness, of being present. And we can do that anywhere that we're breathing and existing. Today we are going to focus on the physical practice. Next class we'll focus on some of the other limbs of yoga, the other parts of the practice. But for today, I just invite you to let go of what you think yoga is, what it looks like, and allow it to be a way to connect you to your body and your breath in the moment that you're in. Shall we do that together? So let's find our seat. So our seat is palms down on the thighs, feet resting down. You could have socks on or you can have your bare feet. And before we start moving today, we're just gonna close the eyes and we're just gonna check in with ourselves. So yoga is a lot about going inside to recognize and understand our own humanity, so that we see that humanity in all beings. So when we are deeply connected to ourselves, I find we are deeply connected to our ability to see within others, to see the differences, to see the suffering, to see the joy. So yoga is a practice of going in to be better on the outside. So just coming into the space of your breath, just notice your body breathing itself today. Maybe see how the breath is taking up space. Maybe see how the breath is getting trapped. And then here, maybe just drawing a little bit more breath in. So watching the breath slowly move in through your nose. And watching the breath slowly move out of your nose. Watching the breath move in. And watching the breath move out. One more time like that, watching the breath move in. And then watching the breath move out. And then just allow your breath to be natural. So whatever your breath wants to do right now, allow that. And then keeping your eyes closed, just doing a little check of your physical body today. So just notice maybe if the body is tired, if the body is over anxious, maybe noticing areas of tightness or tension. And so much of the yoga practice is noticing, is allowing whatever is true to be true, to meet it without our reaction, to be with it as it is. And maybe just through knowing where you are physically today, you can learn to take care of yourself. Let us flutter our eyes open, softly bring back in our space. And then from here, we're just gonna start with some gentle cat-cows seated. So you're gonna take your hands to your knees, and as you inhale, you're gonna let your heart come forward and up. There's gonna be a little back bend looking up to the sky. And then exhale, curl in your spine, let your nose round in towards your belly button, let your neck go. Inhale, let your heart come through, maybe little baby back bend looking up. Exhale, rounding in your spine and just letting it look like whatever is in your body today. So it can be smaller or more exaggerated than mine. Inhale, let your heart come forward and up. Exhale, round in your spine. Inhale, heart goes forward and up. Exhale, round in your spine. From here, find yourself sitting tall in yourself. So really feel your seat connecting to the chair. Feel your shoulders stacked over your hips. And then from here, we're just gonna do some shoulder rolls. So inhale, the shoulders rise up. And then exhale, they go down and back. So just a few shoulder rolls. They can be really small, they can be really big. And remember this idea of union in the body. So take what feels right in your body today. So it's usually a good idea to find that little moment of discomfort and move through it. But if there's any pain in anything we do today, that's a symbol to stop. Let's roll the shoulders the other direction. So shoulders go back and around and down. Back and around and down. Really nice, everyone. From here, we're going to take a little bit of movement into our feet. So you'll keep your left heel on the earth and then just rise your left toes up. So just getting a little bit of flex. And then set that left foot down. I'll switch to the other side. So right foot, right ball of the foot reaches up as the right heel presses down. And then exhale, set it down. One more time on this side. Inhale, right toes go up. Exhale, right toes go down. We're gonna switch the other way. So you're gonna take your toes, you're gonna lift them up and you're gonna flex. You're gonna rest the heels down and you're just gonna do some pointing. So you can roll in the feet, just kind of moving in the feet, whatever feels good to you. So just finding some mobility in your feet, maybe even fanning your toes out like your little flutter, little like butterfly wing toes. And then set your feet back down underneath your hips, or back down underneath your knees, sorry. From here, we're gonna take some cobra poses. So you're gonna take your hands outside of your shoulders, and you're gonna imagine you were pressing down as you start to send your heart up. So shoulder blades come back together, gazing up slightly towards the ceiling. Let your shoulders rest down away from your ears, soften into your jaw. And allow some really big breaths to come into your big, beautiful heart. From here, we'll release out of that. And then we're just gonna start to do a little bit of movement with connecting breath and movement together. This is a really beautiful way to draw us into union with our body when we connect breath with movement. So you're first just gonna inhale, rise your arms tall to the sky, and then exhale, draw your hands into your heart. So we'll do that a few times. So as we inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, draw your hands into your heart, and just do whatever version feels good to you in your body today. So inhale, arms go out and up. Exhale, draw it into the heart. 2 more times. Inhale all the way up to the sky. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart. 1 more time. Inhale, draw your arms up. Exhale, draw your hands into your heart. Really nice. From here, we're going to take a little twist. So you're going to take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh, and then your right hand can come back to the base of your spine, or maybe to the base of your chair. So we're going to find lots of length in our heart. The sit bones stay exactly where they are, and then the heart is going to move very softly, gently towards our right shoulder. So find a couple breaths here. Really focus on the length. So heart reaching up, and then from the length of the spine, we find a twist. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, find a twist. Take a couple more breaths on your own. And then as you exhale, release forward. So just allow yourself to place your hands on your thighs for a minute. See if you can reestablish that tall spine. So shoulders away from ears, sit bones resting down. And from that tall spine, right hand goes to outside of the left thigh. The left hand goes down to the base of your spine, or maybe something that you grab on your chair. And then again, we're not forcing anything here. We're finding lots of length in the spine, shoulders away from the ears, jaw soft. And then from the tall spine, maybe the heart starts reaching towards the left any amount. So not forcing, allowing. And there is an accessible yoga teacher I really admire. And he says that the yoga poses are like questions, and we all have our different answer. So what is your answer to a twist today? And it might be different tomorrow, or it might have been different yesterday. So finding that space where we can breathe, where we can move through a little bit of discomfort with our breath. As you exhale, release forward. Hands rest down on your thighs again. Shoulders settle away from your ears. And then we're just going to come into the space of the neck a little bit. So if you're human, you probably have tightness in your neck. We store a lot of tension in the neck in different parts of the body. So we're going to do some half neck rolls today. We're going to take it really soft and easy. You'll listen to yourself and you'll respond in your own body with what is right for you. So chin is going to fall into the chest to start. And maybe imagine that you had some heavy stones resting on your shoulders. So that in itself is a release for the upper back and the back of the neck. From here, we're going to take the left ear towards the left shoulder. You're going to keep focusing on allowing the right shoulder to rest down, looking down at the floor. Soften into your jaw, soften in your hands. And then as you exhale, let your chin fall into your chest. We'll take a little pause here again. So those stones heavy on the shoulders, chin falls into the neck. And then the right ear goes to the right shoulder, creating some space in the left side of our neck. Nice heavy stone placed on the left shoulder to allow the shoulder to rest down away from your ear. Gazing down at the floor. Chin falls into the chest. We're just going to do it one more time each side with this pause in the center. So chin is into the chest. Back of the head, just allow gravity to be heavy here. Allow your shoulders to melt down. And then left ear goes to the left shoulder. Gazing down at the floor, right shoulder is reaching away from your right ear. Notice if the breath is getting stuck, and really especially use those exhales to move tension through or to meet tension with support. So the breath is a great way to acknowledge and meet tension. Chin falls back into the chest, release the back of your head. And then right ear goes to right shoulder, looking down at the earth. Softening into the left side of your neck. Softening into your jaw. Chin falls into the chest one last time. So I'm going to give you another option here. Since we're a little warmer in our neck, you can either keep into this heavy sink of your head. If you want to add a little bit of pressure, you can interlace your hands and allow the interlace to rest on the back of the head, only if that's right for you. So if that creates more stress and tension, then that's not yoga. So anything that causes separation is not in alignment with creating union in the body, which is what we're doing here today. So yoga is a deep listening practice, a deep awareness practice. Take a couple breaths wherever your answer to your pose is right now. And then as you inhale, release. So from here, we're going to take a supported child's pose, and we're just going to do a little bit of a check-in here. So child's pose, we're going to rest the elbows down on the thighs. We're going to find a little interlace of the hands, and then rest your forehead down on your interlace. If this is uncomfortable for your elbows pressing into your thighs, you could also take your blanket and rest it on the thighs and rest the elbows down on the blanket, find your interlace, and then rest your head down on your interlaced fingers. The most important thing is to give the forehead a place to rest. So maybe closing your eyes. And we're just going to do a counting breath exercise here. So if for whatever reason this is not accessible in your body, you can come to just a direct seat where, like we've been, with the shoulders stacked over the hips, or really allowing the forehead to rest here into your interlace. So for counted breaths, all we're going to do is take some inhales and exhales together, and I'm going to count us through 5 rounds. So allow your breath to come out of your body. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale, that's 1. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale, that's 2. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale, 3. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale, 4. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale, 5. And then just allow your breath to come back in however it wants, connecting with it. And then if you're in this supported child's pose, lift yourself up. And then maybe keeping the blanket on the thighs, you could also put the blanket down underneath the feet. So really nice, everyone. We're gonna do a little exercise for our eyes. And I don't know about you all, but I've been looking at screens a lot more than I'm used to. And it can be a really great thing to work our eyes out a little bit. So we're just gonna do that. We're also gonna add a little arm strength in. So we're gonna do something called tracing circles and tracing squares. So you're gonna use whatever hand you'd like to use. You're gonna give a thumbs up, and then you're gonna take your gaze towards your thumbnail. So extend your arm out. You can put as much bend in your elbows as you need. And of course, with the arm up, that creates a little strength through the arm. And then you're just gonna start to draw circles nice and slow and let your eyes trace the circle. So keep your eyes focused on your thumbnail. And we'll just start with a smaller circle here. Keep it slow, keep your eyes steady. If you need to rest your arm, you may, and rejoin us when you're ready. Notice if you're scrunching your shoulder up by your ear, send it down, and then we'll start to make a bigger circle here. So really focus the eyes on your thumbnail. Steady your gaze. Who thought a thumb could be so interesting, right? And then we're just gonna start to circle that big circle the other way. So allowing your eyes to trace your thumb. And again, if you need to rest your arm, if it's getting tired or heavy, please listen to yourself. No need to cause more pain. If it feels good to challenge yourself, maybe stay challenging your arm strength. Start to make that circle a little bit smaller. Keep your eyes steady. This is called a drishti. When we keep our focus steady on a point, it really helps to still our mind, which is what the yoga practice is originally meant to do, to still the fluctuations of the mind. Really nice. Let that palm come back down on your thigh. We're gonna switch the other hand. We're gonna draw squares now. So you're gonna extend your other arm out like a thumbs up. You're gonna steady your gaze on your thumbnail, and then we'll start nice and small. So just drawing, you can either go up or down, making a small square with your other thumb. Keep your eye focused on it. For whatever reason, this one feels more challenging to me, but see if you can stick with it. Of course, if you need to rest the arm at any point, please do. Please get in the practice of honoring yourself. So I find yoga is also a great way for me to learn how to care for myself. And when I learn how to care for myself, I'm much more accessible and available to others to care for them. From here, start to make your square a little bit bigger maybe, if you have the mobility in your arm and you have the accessibility in the arm. If not, don't do it. No need to cause tension or force. You can just steady your gaze on a point. From here, we're going to start to draw big squares the other way. So just switching it up, giving the mind a little bit of challenge. Resting when you need. And then start to make your square just a little bit smaller here. Notice if your jaw is getting transferred with some tension, soften in the shoulder. Make 2 more squares with your thumb. Beautiful. Rest your hands down on your thighs. Let your shoulders melt away from your ears. We're just going to do one thing for the shoulders here. So inhale, send your arms wide out like you're going to give someone you love a really big hug. And then cross your left arm over the right arm, and then maybe tap your hands to your shoulders like you have like a little beak. If that is not accessible, you can grab down on your arms somewhere. So finding that length in your spine, just maybe giving yourself a little hug, a little squeeze. And then the next time you inhale, arms reach out like you're going to give another person you love another hug. And then this time the right arm crosses over the left, and whatever is accessible. So it's probably going to be a little more challenging on one side than the other because of whatever dominant hand you use primarily. So if you need to take your hands down your arms a little bit, if you want to give yourself a little rocking, a little squeeze. And then releasing your hands down to your thighs. Let's close our eyes, just check in real quick here. Maybe notice how the body is feeling today. And then go ahead and open your eyes. We're going to do a few strength things. So just because we're doing chair yoga doesn't mean it's easy, right? There can be lots of challenges and lots of bodies in lots of different ways. And all you have to do is listen and respond. So if it feels good to meet a little challenge, do it. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. So we're just going to work the core a little bit here. So you're going to take your elbows out from your shoulders. The hands are going to be wide, like you're a cactus. And then from the belly, we're just going to start to turn towards the right, using the strength of the belly, coming back to center. Exhale the other way, using the core. Inhale back to center. Do a few more, moving towards the right. Coming back to center. Moving towards the left. Coming back to center. Moving towards the right, using your belly strength. Coming back to center. One more time each side, towards the left. Coming back to center. Moving towards the right. Coming back to center. So here's where some challenge comes in. We're going to extend the arms out from the shoulders. Shoulders melt away from the ears, and we're going to hold here. Now this does take some arm strength. We've also been doing some arm stuff, so we're already meeting some challenge with challenge. I want you to fill the challenge with your breath. If there's pain in your body, you'll come out. If there's discomfort, or you notice maybe some shaking in your arms, maybe some resistance in your mind, invitation to stay and support the pose with your breath. So yoga is about meeting challenge with awareness, with breath, with a still mind if possible. And when we can't do that in the moment, we take a moment of pause and rest and then rejoin. We're going to be here for another 30 seconds. I know my arms are getting very tired. Notice what's happening in the jaw and the shoulders. Soften there. Fill the pose up with your breath. You're doing amazing wherever you are. I'm so glad you're trying and being here with us today. Let's take a few more rounds of breath. And then exhale, release your arms down. That was really, really great, everyone. Okay, we're gonna do one strengthening for our legs. This might be for you, this might not be for you. So you're gonna take your hands maybe down to your thighs or maybe down to the base of your chair. And just for a couple breaths, we're gonna extend the left leg out, flexing in the left foot. We have the support of the chair supporting the thigh, but it does create a lot of strength in the left thigh to do this. So just a few breaths here. Softening in the jaw and the shoulders. One more breath. Exhale, release your left foot down. Ground your left foot to the earth. And then we'll extend that right leg out, maybe. Keep lifting up with your right thigh. Use the strength of the right thigh. And if at any point this is too much, you come out and you learn to take care of yourself. One more big, beautiful breath. And then we'll exhale to release. Okay, my friends, one last active pose and then we're gonna take some breath and rest. So we're gonna come in for a hip opener, supported, of course. So we're gonna take the left ankle up and cross it over the right thigh. So like we're sitting in a figure 4. If the knee doesn't like this, then you can take a cross of your ankles here. And that will create a little opening in the left thigh. If it feels okay on the knee, remember right foot is supported on the earth. The left knee is softening down. You can rest your hands on your shins, in your lap. If you have the cross of the ankle, same thing, resting the hands in the knee, on the knees or the lap. And then let's just close our eyes here wherever we are. We're gonna take a couple soft breaths into our left hip. So let your exhale come out. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. Open your eyes, allow the breath to come back, and then we'll allow the left foot to come back down to the earth, or we'll uncross the ankles. And we'll switch to the other side. So you might try to see if this version is accessible on this side, if it wasn't on the other side. Sometimes different knees or hips are different. So allowing the right ankle to rest on the left thigh in a figure 4. Left foot is resting down on the floor. If the knee doesn't like this, taking a cross of your right ankle over the left. And then you'll find whatever positioning of the hands feel most stable here. So resting your hands maybe on your shin or in your lap, settling the shoulders away. Let's close our eyes. Allow your exhale to come all the way out. Through the nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. Allow your eyes to soften open, and then if your foot is up on your thigh, allow the foot to come down. If your ankles are crossed, allow your ankles to uncross. So from here, we're going to finish with a little breath thing, and then we'll take a little bit of pause just to allow the benefits of our practice to sink in. So we're going to treat ourselves with the blanket in some way that feels cozy. So you might try all these versions and just see what feels best to you. So option one is to rest the blanket down on your thighs just as a grounding way to rest down. Option two is to cover yourself with a blanket if you're a little chilly. And option three is to find a way to kind of roll the blanket, so we have almost like a burrito here, and just rest it on the shoulders. So you're gonna find whatever feels the best to you. So the weight of the blanket, just like a weighted blanket if you're into that movement, allows us to settle and ground the body. So find whatever version of using your blanket. You don't have to use it. And then resting your palms comfortably on your lap, we're just going to take 3 hums together. And humming is such a beautiful way to connect and calm our nervous system, to connect to each other. It's really beautiful when we do it in a room together, but we'll do it virtually together here. So it's going to look like this. You're going to take a big inhale through your nose, and then as you exhale, you're going to hum the breath out, and then we'll allow the hum to release. We'll take another inhale, we'll let the hum come out, and then we'll do it a 3rd time. So it might be nice to close your eyes, feel your palms resting on your thighs, feel your feet resting on the earth. Allow your exhale to come all the way out of the body. Through the nose, take a deep inhale in. Let it fall out. Through your nose, deep inhale in. Let it fall out. Deep inhale through your nose. Let it go. Let your breath fill back in naturally. Feel your seat connected to the chair. Feel your feet connected to the earth. Feel the blanket either creating warmth or weight on your body. Soften into your face. Soften the shoulders away from your ears. Soften in your elbow joints and in your hands. Let your thighs be heavy. Let your knees be soft. Let your ankle joints release. And then we'll just take about a minute here, just allowing ourselves to be in this space of our bodies, of our practice, and of our breath. So I'll call us back in just a minute. From here, just starting to bring some awareness back to your breath. Feeling your feet touching the earth. Feeling the breath connecting you to your body and this moment. And then very gently start to flutter your eyes open, softly bringing back in your space. Maybe noticing how your body feels after some movement, after some awareness, after some breath. And then from here, we're just going to join our hands in a gesture at the heart, bowing your chin into the wisdom of your heart, closing your eyes one final time. And just acknowledging your body for what it was able or what it wasn't able to do today. So deep, deep gratitude for the body. Deep, deep gratitude for creating this time for yourself to come into a state of union, of joining together like this to do something healthy and kind. From here, we'll just finish with a closing loving kindness meditation. So all you have to do is listen. May I be at peace. May my heart remain open. May I be healed. And may I be a source of healing in this world. Thank you all so much for being here today. I'm really, really grateful we could practice together. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel more in union, joined with your body, spirit, and mind. The light in me sees and acknowledges the light in you. Thank you, everyone.